I want to show you a couple modifications that I've done to the flowhive, the Chinese version that you can buy for, I can't remember the price, around $200, $250. So this is the bottom board to the Chinese flowhive. And what I did was I got these furring strips here, because the flow bottom is different than a regular bottom board. So I have a furring strip here, and a furring strip here, but on the front there's no furring strip. That's because that's the entranceway. And then to make an entrance reducer, I just used a piece of wood there to block off the entranceway. And then I put a slatted rack in here to give the bees extra room. And then I have just a standard deep Langstroth box here on top of that. If this was the Chinese version bottom box, there would be a slot here for the entranceway, because the Chinese versions put the entranceway in the box instead of the bottom board. So if I was using the box that came with the Chinese flowhive, I would have to put another board across here to block the entranceway. I've got the queen excluder on, and then this is the flow super. And the bees have already waxed up all the cracks and crevices and got it ready to store honey. In fact, they're storing honey in it. I got the back cover off, and you can see that they've started storing honey. And I've got this sitting on, I got concrete blocks, and then I have aluminum that came off like a patio. They're 2x2s, and then we have some metal on top of the aluminum to make it a shelf. It'll give you a workspace. And here's the other side. And I've got a modification to the roof. They come with these vent holes, and I put hardware cloth in here. Now this hardware cloth, I believe, is 1/4 inch, and the bees can fly through there, but probably the queen and the drones cannot. But that's to keep birds and stuff out. And I'm using the screen that comes with the Chinese flowhive on there. But you could also put the finer screen in here if you didn't want the bees to come and go, or if you didn't want to use that screen. It gives you some options. So that's how I modified it to use regular boxes on the bottom board. I have another hive over there that doesn't have the slatted rack. I'm using a standard, here, I'll show you. Here's the standard bottom board. Okay, so this one, I couldn't remember. This is using a standard bottom board and a standard deep box. But then I have a flow super on top of it. And then I'm using the flat roof telescoping cover on that. So there's many different options you can go. Here is the Chinese version. There's the bottom board, that comes with it. And this is the actual bottom deep box that comes with the Chinese flowhive. And I'm using the entrance reducer that comes with it. But instead of using the flow super, I got just a standard box sitting on top of it. It's a medium box, and then I have the flow roof on it. Yeah, they're fanning, trying to keep themselves cool. It's hot. It's 90 degrees here in Florida. And then I have there's another Chinese bottom board with the bottom box, Chinese version flowhive. And then I have a regular super on that. And there's another one set up similar with the screen to keep birds and stuff out of there. Now this bottom board, you can see how nice it looks. I used actual exterior varnish on it, and it's holding up well. Compared to this one, you can see how the wood turned gray. They put a wax coating on it when you buy it, but it just doesn't last long. And this box I also varnished, and it's holding up well. You just need to let it sit several weeks after you varnish it to dry out, and so there's no fumes. Here's another one that I varnished. You can see how it has a shine to it. Still looks good, and I did the roof on this one with varnish. This one I covered in beeswax. Just trying to see what works best, but see how all the stuff sticks to it. So I think I'm going with varnish from now on. This one I pressure washed the bottom box. You can see how it got rough, but it cleaned up well. But it's going to start fading here soon. It's been probably 2 or 3 months since I pressure washed it. And there's the flowhive that I started out on that has the slatted rack on it with the furring strips on the bottom. One thing you definitely have to do is some of the bees won't start waxing and prepping the flowhive part until you put a coat of beeswax on the surface of these frames. It'll help the bees accept it and to start drawing out wax on it. Another tip, when you put your the queen excluder on, you see I don't have it flush. I have it pushed forward a little bit, 1/4 inch. That's because if you have it sitting flush back here, you'll have a gap here. So when you open up this back cover, the bees can fly out and get you. So if you slide this forward a little bit, the queen excluder, you can see how there's no gap here now. And that way you can pull this cover off and get your honey or inspect without worrying about the bees coming and getting you. So that's another little trick I've learned. Now this is all with the Chinese flowhive. Bought them on eBay. I think I got them as cheap as $180 and up to $200, but that was a year ago. I don't know what they are now. The real flowhives, I don't know how similar they are to this. But we are in a nectar flow. You can see, I don't know if you can see on camera, but the bees are coming and going quite fast. Here's a box that the medium box right here. I waxed this with beeswax, and you can just see how it just didn't hold up. It's a year old. And that's what it looks like. This one came pre-waxed, but it's only a month old. And here's another one that I varnished. And this one was not treated with anything other than the wax that it came with. And this one I got a migratory pressure treated roof on this one. Just experimenting with different stuff. All right, stay tuned for more videos.